In this video, I'll outline a simple argument why AI may be severely detrimental to human jobs in the long term, given that technological development continues to be exponential and we don't make any drastic changes to our current economic system. Now, various studies indicate AI will replace millions of jobs, but it's said to create even more job openings as well in the coming years. However, are we sure corporations will be hiring humans and not increasingly intelligent technology to fill those new job openings this time around? I'll provide a simple argument why there's good reason to think they won't be. And if this video was informative and you feel this is an important topic that needs attention, please like it and leave any opinions or comments below. Okay, so here's the basic argument, and I'll go over it in more depth and discuss, common objections you might hear to these type of arguments. Number one, AI and technological development will continue to grow and improve exponentially. Number two, corporations will continue to exist in the future, continue to do the majority of hiring, and have the main overarching goal of increasing shareholder value. Number three, AI will reach the point where it can do almost every job as well or better than a human or a transhuman or a cyborg. And these include jobs involving creativity, strategy, learning, compassion, etc. To survive and continue to increase shareholder value, corporations will be forced to invest in AI to stay profitable and even possibly stay under regulatory compliance, meaning AI will be so good at doing the jobs, it may be unsafe for humans to do them or even unethical for humans to do them. Think of surgeon robots, for example. Number five, some corporations may use increasingly sophisticated AI to avoid human job-friendly regulations and put human job-friendly corporations out of business. In addition to using AI to do job fulfillment, corporations can use that very same technology to avoid taxation in increasingly smarter ways, avoid human-friendly regulations, and subdue public outrage against their company via smart AI propaganda. And other examples. Number six, therefore, most human jobs will be eliminated and jobs AI creates will be replaced by increasingly sophisticated AI. And this assumes no radical changes happen to our economic system, driven by capitalism and government social programs. Of course, this argument flies in the face of history, which shows that technological progress always adds jobs and often reduces labor costs. The potential problem this time is with AI, we're talking about intelligent machine systems that think and behave rationally and thus can do more than mindless automation. Also, technological progress has been doubling exponentially, which means the intelligence and performance of AI machines will as well, while human improvement stays linear. And in fact, human improvement and return on human investment in business may be going backward as humans get addicted to the increasingly sophisticated technology they're developing. Just think of social media addiction machines like TikTok and Instagram. Corporations and capitalism are designed to invest money in things that give the best economic returns, which will soon be artificial intelligence and performance over human intelligence and performance. Now, suppose you have $1 million to invest in your business. In that case, it may make more sense financially to invest it in smart machine learning and technology than training for your employees, a far slower process. Soon we'll reach a point where investing in human capital makes little financial sense when there's far better performing and intelligent digital capital. Also, part of the problem is the jobs AI technology is helping to create are becoming increasingly complex to fulfill. Studies are showing AI will make jobs available in industries like AI-optimized manufacturing, quantum computing, preventative health approaches in healthcare, robotic retail, machine learning, and AI expedite decarbonization in carbon-heavy industries, privacy-enhancing technologies, and others. Some experts worry that there won't be enough qualified humans to fulfill these jobs, leading to massive job shortages. Companies may realize that it's better to invest in self-learning and increasingly smarter AI to learn complex jobs than to invest in humans. After all, it takes decades to get a PhD and understand a very specialized and sophisticated field. But you may be thinking, will AI really do any job better than a human in the future? Well, today's AI can do narrow tasks better than many humans, but it doesn't contain characteristics unique to humans, like the ability to think creatively, think strategically, be compassionate. So economists believe AI may eventually replace working class jobs like waiting tables and manufacturing, but jobs involving strategy, creativity, well, those are safe forever. However, if technological progress continues to grow exponentially, there's no reason to think AI machines can't have those features as well eventually. There's this idea called computationalism that states that the mind is a computational system that is physically implemented by neural activity in the brain. Cognition and consciousness are a form of computationalism, And the mind, including creativity, emotional awareness, etc., arises from computation in the brain. AI development draws directly from how the human brain works using logic-based approaches, Bayesian probabilistic systems, neurocomputational techniques, etc. Unless there's something mystical about natural biological-based brains that bring about uniquely human traits like creativity and empathy that an artificial replicant will never have, there's no reason not to think AGI won't be developed. Artificial general intelligence, meaning AI that can do pretty much everything a human can do. In fact, physicists would have to rewrite much of what we know about physics and particle physics to account for these mystical properties only humans have and that artificial machines will never have. After all, what's creativity exactly? Well, it's simply the ability to construct new patterns or ways of organizing information based on previous data. Our creative works draw on things that have already existed, and we are just better at finding new patterns than AI at the moment. No one has yet to invent a new color other than the ones that have been in existence, for example. The more sophisticated AI becomes, the more likely it will match human creativity or even surpass it. Once AI machines are developed, they can be programmed to improve themselves rapidly, increasing this gap between human performance and digital performance in all areas. In fact, future AI systems could be so good at doing their job, regulatory rules might be passed that prohibit humans from doing many jobs, especially things in like the medical field where a mistake sometimes results in someone's life. Another objection is that there may be regulatory rules passed or public pressure to hire humans, even if hiring humans doesn't make financial sense. Wouldn't there be some sort of movement or politician elected that forces us to buy human-made products or do business with corporations that only hire humans, or they do hire humans at least, if massive job losses start to take place? Well, there's a lot of reasons why that might not work. First, corporations are sort of smart AGI machines themselves, although they don't meet the philosophical definition of what AI is. They're sort of ontologically their own entity with the main goal of increasingly quarterly profits and shareholder value. Sure, there may be board members or CEOs that don't like the idea of so many people losing jobs and want the best for humanity. But those are just sub-goals that fall under the main goal of increasing shareholder value. When times get tough, the main goal usually wins out. If it's almost always economically smarter to invest in AI than humans, the corporation will likely find a way to do that, regardless of public backlash, potentially poor branding, or even government regulations. I mean, today, corporations find ways to avoid paying taxes, meddle with government regulations and officials, and develop creative PR campaigns that influence people against their best interests sometimes. Plus, now they have the power of AI, which will only enhance them exponentially as the technology they own becomes more sophisticated. Even if there are corporations that are 100% committed to hiring humans, they may be put out of business by the AI first ones, since those will be efficient and smarter. Also, there will be some debate about what counts as human authenticity anyway. If someone claims to have created a masterpiece play or a painting, they may never be able to prove it was authentically made without AI assistance. And if we record an artist painting a masterpiece better than the best AI art generator out there, how do we know that they didn't just see the picture online using an AI art generator, remembered it, and then sat down to paint it while recording? It may be difficult to prove human authenticity in the future, and thus movements to buy only human-made products might not gain any attraction. Now, here's another objection that comes from very smart people in Silicon Valley. What about transhumanism? This idea that we'll integrate AI into our brain and become just as efficient and smart as a machine. Why can't we equip humans with AI technology, like neural implants into our neocortex that increase cognitive performance and eliminate biases, thus giving corporations a major incentive to continue hiring humans? Well, I worry that that's not going to work out too. So think about it. If you're a human, you have human goals and desires a machine will never have. For example, you want to relax, get coffee, take a vacation. Even if you're as smart as the smartest, future AGI, it will always make more economic sense to invest in the AI, since it will never take a break and never have human goals. In theory, you could have something that looks exactly like a human, but inside it wasn't programmed to have self-awareness or an ego, and thus corporations can get away with making the thing work 24/7 nonstop. Plus, AI software that can eliminate millions of jobs will probably come out well before any hardware biotech that can be safely inserted into someone's brain comes out, meaning there's going to be jobs devastation before any superhuman arrives on the scene. And I have major doubts that radically messing with biology like this will actually increase human well-being and might probably be psychologically detrimental instead. Another objection is there will always be humans that want to do business with other humans. Okay, so there's some truth to that. And I doubt AI is going to take every job in the future. There's always going to be people that want another human to help them, regardless of how advanced a machine might be. I'm just thinking that AI will replace so many jobs that it will cause some sort of economic catastrophe for working class people. If AI replaces 50% of jobs and humans are only able to fill 10% of the new jobs it creates, there's going to be severe economic devastation felt in every country. It doesn't have to take over every job. A few people on Earth could own most of the wealth and most of the power due to that consolidation that will happen. Now, will this happen in the next few years? I don't know. It may be that humans fill a lot of the new jobs created by AI coming up. But if this argument holds, eventually humans are going to be overlooked for increasingly intelligent technology, and major problems will happen to working class folks. Now, there's many problems that could happen in the future, so we can't worry about all of them, but there seem to be some pretty good grounds to be worried about this one, and this one could be pretty big if it does end up happening. So why not come up with a plan in case it starts and be prepared ahead of time? Plus, it's becoming hard for many people just to survive anyway these days, so why not start now with a new economic plan? And we plan ahead for just about every major thing in life. Which college to go to, how our wedding is going to turn out, which job we should take. So why not do a little thinking about the future and have a plan ready in case jobs devastation does start to take place? So what do you think? Let me know below as always. And if you thought this video was interesting or helpful or helped you in any way, please like it and subscribe for more videos like it coming out using the link in the description. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you again soon.